Hey guys, kinggath here with some mod news. Today we've got to talk about some new patches for SS2 and company. We've got some PS5 launches of some of our Starfield content. We've got tons of Fallout 4 mods to talk about, including a really cool new add-on pack for SS2. And we've got to launch the next production of story content for Sim Settlements 2, and we need your help. All right, before we get into that, of course, we're going to thank our patrons. You guys are helping us take care of things around here. There's all sorts of software as a service fees, website fees, hosting fees, etc. And our patrons take care of this for us. So I'm going to shout out a handful of you today. If you don't hear your name called out, don't worry, I'll get to you in one of the next videos. So a huge shout out and thanks to Justin Kringstad, Greg Bigness, and Dennis Dougherty. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. And yeah, thank you for the support. All right. Let's get into the news. So, Sim Settlements 2 patch 3.6.0 is now out, as well as Workshop Framework patch 2.4.12. And this is a pretty big patch, hence the increment of the second number, because I did some major under the hood work to start preparing for overhauling all of the soldier code. So we made some kind of preliminary changes that may or may not fix all of the issues, but they kind of are starting to lay the foundation for doing so. So this is a major reworking of some under the hood stuff and just tons of bug fixes and generally just trying to make the war mechanics a little closer to as advertised. And a lot of folks have had a lot of bugs with them over the last, it's got to be 2 years now since we've released that, which is crazy. So definitely we're looking for more folks to give us feedback on how this patch is going, and keep those bug reports coming on our forums. And I will continue to work through all of those reports and try and get more fixes out for you guys. Workshop Framework, of course, is one of the backbone elements of the war mechanics for SS2, so that I needed an update as well. All right, PS5 players, if you're into Starfield, we have got our first release is out. McLaren's Outfitters is on PlayStation 5, and Watchtower, which is the one that most folks have been waiting for on PS5, has been submitted to QA. I don't know when it's released. Heck, maybe it's already released by the time you guys are listening to this video, but it is coming. Absolutely is coming to PS5. I don't know when. Like I said, we've submitted it to Bethesda QA. We have run it through on our own PlayStations. It works real good now that we've tinkered with it and got past all of the unique issues for that. So we're excited to see more PlayStation players checking out Watchtower. All right, let's get into Fallout 4 mods. There's quite a few I want to talk about because there was no news last month, so we have a lot to catch up on. So first up is very appropriate with all of the focus on war mechanics, and this is a mod I thought some of you guys might like for decking out your soldiers to give your army a very unique look. And this is Steel Plate Armor and Hammer by Tumbajamba. This has got a real unique look. It's using a mishmash of old metal and stuff. It's got metal armor vibes, but it's very unique, particularly with the visors that these helmets have. And some of the Under Armour almost has like a chainmail mesh to it. It's very, very cool looking. It really stood out as something I could see somebody building up their entire Sim Settlements 2 army to look like. So this would be a really cool gear set to grab and equip on all of those folks. All right, next up, this is a huge add-on pack from one of the city plan designers that you guys know well. GavMan has released Interior Plans, which has 50 different residential designs, which is absolutely wild. But then he takes a lot of those designs and repurposes them to act as different classes for other plot types. So you can get a lot of mileage out of that. If you love interior plots, this is for you. There are so many designs, and GavMan's a brilliant designer, so check out GavMan's Interior Plans. All right, next one is a little mod that'll be useful for you survival players, and that is GNN Fast Travel from Settlements by Jasper72. And this just adds some ways to fast travel over to GNN HQ. I think it was basically based around the idea we have in SS2 where you can talk to the Caravaneer at your SS2 plot and travel over to different settlements, and they wanted that functionality to get to HQ. Makes sense to me. So check out GNN Fast Travel from Settlements by Jasper72. All right, next up, I originally had this flagged as a whole series of mods, but then I found out that they released an all-in-one version, and this is Extra Snappy AIO by LeahTheUnknown. So if you are looking for some more workshop items with snap points, Leah's got you covered here with a whole bunch of pieces that will be great for fencing and building up barricades and things. Lots of stuff with snap points, which I know many of you settlement builders cannot live without. So check out Extra Snappy AIO by LeahTheUnknown. All right, next up, we've got some prefabs by Fabium16. This is just going to add a bunch of settlement prefabs. So those structures that are just plop them down, they're ready to go, toss some beds in for those of you guys who don't necessarily want to use plots to handle everything, or maybe you want these for space for your new interior plot collection by GavMan. These could be a great fit for that as well. So check out some prefabs by Fabium16. All right, and then last but not least is Jaws Shack Edition by NCCML. This adds a ton of new buildable items that are focused on the scrappy look, which everybody knows is my favorite. Lots of busted up old boards to add to your junky, scrappy looking settlement. So lots of new things to build with this. So check out Jaws Shack Edition by NCCML. All right, last piece of news is that Conqueror 2 is finally happening. So we have finished writing and started production on Conqueror 2. Many of you guys have been asking me if we're ever going to bring Conqueror to Sim Settlements 2, and we are in a way. So Conqueror can't be directly ported over. A lot of it is mechanics that were actually added in Chapter 3. So what's remaining of Conqueror that we're going to port forward is story. And the story is a little rough. As those of you guys who played it know, it never got finished. It has it went in a strange direction partway through, and I think we do better now. I think we've learned to write a lot better. We tend to add a lot more player choice involved in things, and of course, we have this big old framework of Sim Settlements 2 that's hungry for more allies that you can recruit to your empire. So we are reimagining Conqueror in a new form. We've got a brand new storyline. It's still following the same general idea. You're going to gather up a team of raiders under one banner. And we're even bringing back a lot of the original characters, some of the major story beats. But we're going to punch everything up, bring it up to our newer standards, and hopefully get back as many of the voice actors as we can. Obviously, some of those folks have either retired from voice acting or just no longer into doing it. So we're kind of starting from scratch here, which means we need help. So if you want to see this come to life, if you want to see more Sim Settlements 2 style story content that will all hook into SS2 and into its Empire system, we're looking for you. We need folks in quest and dialogue implementation, character face design, outfit design, whether it be 3D or outfit studio mashups, building plan designers. We need people experienced with voice direction, sound engineering, level design, animation, 3D art, just about any discipline you can imagine. We're going to need somebody to help us out in there. Now, we do obviously have a lot of professionals already, and we can help train you. So if you know the basics, or if you're pretty good, if you've got a decent portfolio, but you're looking to step it up to the next level, and you want to learn from some old Fallout 4 modding veterans, we can definitely help you step up your game. So head to the forums. I got a link below to a forum post I made recently about this, and just DM me there. Let me know what you're interested in helping out with, your schedule, what kind of stuff you've done before. Send me like your portfolio of stuff you've done in the scene, and hopefully we can work together, because I am so excited to get more Sim Settlements 2 content underway. Obviously, we will be patching for a very long time, but I think story content is something else, something special that I miss working on, and we haven't done any in quite a long time. So if you're looking to see some more Sim Settlements 2 story content and you love Raiders, come join us. All right, guys, that covers it for the news today. Take care and enjoy the mods.